it's just like I would want to know both.
So let's say you found O.J. Simpson attractive. Would you date him?
I don't see
She ain't a white one, boy.
You know, I think
What?
I'm talking shit.
even your friends, what?
She said, huh?
Because he was innocent, right?
Mhm.
But would you put yourself in those shoes? It was the past. You could be different, right? You care about the future, right?
Yeah, I care about the future. Yeah, very much cricket.
You know, honestly,
the thing is, I only find him attractive, so yeah.
No, I think the better question is why? Why is judging so bad? Like,
Right,
judgment
right.
judgment is good. Like, having good judgment is like, okay.
A good skill to have.
Yeah, so it's like, honestly, what's inherently bad with judging someone?
I'm not gonna say it's necessarily bad, but it can
Paint the wrong picture.
Yeah, you can get a false narrative from judging someone. Because at the end of the day,
What do you think I mean by judging, though?
what do you mean by judging? Yeah.
So when I say judging, I'm not saying you did this, you're a bad person. Oh, I'm gonna stay with. No, it's just like, hey, you know, the decisions you make. This is the kind of company you keep. This is where you're going. This is where you've been. Judge if I need to be around you, or if I need to be like you know what I'm saying?
Understandable.
Friends.
I feel like it's a very thin line between the whole situation.
I think that ladies lie about the fairness of it because a lot of times they're trying to convince themselves. You personally, you would know that, like, you know, the past matters, and that's why a lot of times they hide it up. They hide it and say, oh, back of that. Oh, that's in the past.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm past that. I'm a different person.
It does.
Because you're trying to hide that past. If you were proud about that past, you would embrace it and be like, yeah, I did in the past,
That's
but
why
I'm
you take
new.
pride in overcoming your obstacles and your downfalls. Like, I have friends that have been in situations to where they have been painted to be the person not to be, and I still know that person is not that person, but because legally wouldn't say they've been accused of being that person. You feel me? Or
Yeah.
a situation has, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, heightened itself. Like,
Yeah.
the elevation has just been increased of the situation they were in, and they're not necessarily that person. So I'm not going to judge you based off of, say I run your background, domestic, blah, 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 blah. Until I get the full story of what's going on, I can't judge that because it's a two-way street. Like, I'm not saying the girl is going to be at fault, but at the end of the day, like something could have happened to where that person was pushed so far out of character, or they allowed themselves to push so far out of character that they did something. So that's why I don't think that you should just go off the bat and be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. No.
But see, I didn't say that. I said past, like, everything. I'm not, you did this and you glance over. I'm saying when you get to know someone and you ask them questions and find stuff out, do you think it's okay to say, hey, nah?
Yeah. Also, yeah, definitely. And then, like, I feel like someone's past, when you judge them, like, depending how they react based off of that, it teaches you how to deal with that person and how to nurture that person in the same way.
I think we need to get past the idea of what the word judge even means, because a lot of times when people hear the word judge, they think of a negative connotation behind it. But you got to think about this. If you're going to date somebody or take somebody on as a relationship, you're interviewing for the rest of your life. Why are you taking
Marriage,
an interview for a job more serious the rest of your life?
The rest of your life,
You got to
future.
yes.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
like, you should take account of everything in the past, because you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person. So
And hate it as much as you want, but guys really give a fuck about past. Like, y'all all just to answer them, we were like, what do guys care about more? Y'all all said past, and women all care usually about the future. That's just how it is. Y'all want a man that has a future. We want a woman that doesn't have a past. That's like we're direct opposites in a lot of things in life. I wanted to do just the last question. Was there a super chat before I do the last question, bro?
Yeah, we got one more super chat.
One more super chat. $5 from Travel Tribe Raw. Dropping by, showing some support on your show, fellas. I'm polygamous. Maybe one day me and my woman will come on and debate the modern mindset woman. Dude, I would love for you to come on, bro. If you got a YouTube channel, please hit me up. Send me an email. Last phase, ladies, what I always like to do is I like to give y'all a number based off of what I think you would be in a relationship, in between 1 and 10. So 5 being completely average, a normal relationship, and 10 being you're an awesome spouse, and 1 being a shitty fucking spouse. I'd never want to date you for the rest of my life. But yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all a number. T, he's gonna do the same, and then y'all are gonna do the same back to us. I'm always trying to improving it best, so y'all can tell me how much of a dickhead I am. And then y'all will give me your last thoughts on what you thought about the show. I'll start on this side. You're probably a solid 9, almost a 10, and it's because you're very traditional in a lot of your thoughts and the way that you think. I could tell even before you came on the show, like how you're talking and stuff. Like I could just tell what kind of person you are. I could tell just by the whole conversation we've had. You're very you're very smart. You know what you want. You're based in reality. You're gonna do great as long as you're able to filter the men, like I talk about.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I have a lot of advice to give to you because I think you're gonna be fine. I think that you're gonna find a really good guy sooner or later, and he's gonna lock you in happily ever after.
Yeah,
Being
and
honest. Yeah.
Shout out to your brothers too, by the way.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
obviously
and-
played
and
a
this-
huge
and-
role
and
in
what
your
the
life.
chats were like, is she banging her mentor? No, I'm related, and this like Tennessee is no.
Not too much on Tennessee. You said Alabama.
I said Tennessee because I know something, but no.
But I honestly think that you're gonna do fine. What was the big thing I was gonna say? Yeah, just don't waste too much time. Like that's the biggest thing is like sometimes time by and next thing you know you'll be 30 or 35, 40. So I would just say just don't waste too much time trying to find some perfect guy. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise I think you're. And that's what I was gonna say. The brothers thing. Did you have a strong father figure in your life?
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Very close to the
Okay,
beginning.
but this is something that we see at this table. A girl that has a lot of brothers or a strong father figure, stepfather, something like that. Based on reality, completely understands men already. We don't even have to fucking tell you anything. But yeah, great job. Honestly, with your brothers, it's gonna help you more. For you, I honestly think you would be a really good in a relationship. I just think that you struggle to get into the relationship. I don't know how much you really like want one. I guess you could say, or like you want to settle, I guess you could say, because that's what's going to happen a lot for a lot of y'all at this table. This is just advice to kind of everybody. Most women kind of have to settle for the shorter guy or the guy who makes less money. But here's the deal, Pickle. If he's an HVAC guy or he's an electrician or something like that, that guy,
those be the sweetest
he might be
ones.
making 40 or 50K a year now. But when he's a journeyman, he's going to be making 100K a year in 5 to 10 years. So give that guy a chance. You know, if y'all ever get an opportunity at one of those guys, I just want to say, give those average men a chance. And just realize that a lot of those guys, since they don't get the opportunities like the taller men or something like that, they might fucking love the shit out of you. They might treat you really fucking good too, and let you go on girls' trips and everything. I'm telling you, there's a lot of that, and they're really good guys.
Not
So
too
what's
much
my
on
number?
me.
Huh? Oh yeah, your number. I definitely like a solid like 7 to 8. Like I definitely think that you're a good relationship person. You just haven't had the opportunity, really, you know, or maybe you have, but just not with a real good guy.
Not too much.
For you, you don't want a relationship though, right?
Not at the moment.
Yeah, so any girl that says they don't want a relationship, I give them a 1. It's just because you're going to be in a whole mentality, a whole mood, a whole, and you're going to stay that way until you decide you want to be in a relationship. And I think that what I'm seeing here today, it's going to be, you will flip to a whole different person if the right guy came in. So out there and judge, like, I'm going to give you 1 based off tonight, but you didn't want a relationship. You don't really want anything right now. But shit, you could probably be a 7, 8, 9, but I'm not going to see that until you're actually in that relationship, or you are going to try to want it, I guess you could say, you know?
Thanks for being light.
That's not that bad at all. For you, the only thing that really hurt, well, do you want a relationship?
Depends.
It depends.
Really depends.
I'm going to probably give you like a 4 or 5, and it's really just because, honestly, age is a huge factor. No, that's fine. You can hit me back in a second. Age is a huge factor in relationships for men, especially high-value men. If you want a guy that's actually like really valuable, I'm sorry, they're gonna give a fuck about y'all's age because they want somebody that's younger, hasn't experienced as much, more pure. Just gonna be a better mother and a wife. So they're gonna always choose younger. That's the only thing that's gonna make it harder for you. You might have to lower some standards like the height thing or the income thing. I do think that you're the type of person where you could be in a good relationship, but you just experienced some bad ones. I just think that that's what happened to most people today. Most people have experienced some bad relationships. Like I say that guys are incels because involuntary celibate because they can't get sex. So men are having sex right now in the U.S. So they're involuntary celibate. But what's a woman who is a femcel? What's a femcel? To me, a femcel is a woman that can't get a relationship. So a lot of women will get up to 25, 30, 40, and they're sleeping with these guys, but they're never giving them relationships. That's a femcel. That's a woman that's in there trying to make it happen with certain people, and it's just never happening. So this is it can become, you know, an incel and he'll never get sex, but a woman can become a femcel because she can never get a relationship.
Can I